Hello again. Now, in my earlier videos we looked at Sid James, the song and dance man, and those films which were a carry-on, almost. In this video we're going to look at some comedy films that Sid James starred in and that you may have forgotten about. I said previously that Sid James was a prolific actor with 146 entries on IMDb. But some of his earlier comedy films, before he became a carry-on stalwart, are also of interest. He may not have been the star, or it may have been the vehicle for somebody else, but that doesn't mean that Sid can't be Sid in them. So let's have a look at Sid James, the forgotten comedies. Make Mine a Million from 1959 is really a vehicle for British comedy legend Arthur Askey. However, in this film, it's Sid James who shines in his guise of lovable rogue. The plot centres around Sid trying to flog a brand of washing powder called Bonkey by getting it advertised on non-advertising national television, which of course is disguised for the BBC. All manner of japes occur as they try by unscrupulous means to advertise Bonkey, including at the races and at the ballet. To be honest, it's a pretty good film with plenty of laughs, although your enjoyment of the movie will depend on how much you really like Arthur Askey. It might have been his vehicle, but it's really Sid who's the star in this one.
I'm not a big executive either. I'm just a makeup man.
A makeup man? Here I am sweating to get a plug on the commercial television, and all I'm doing is wasting my time on a makeup man in national television. What am I? Wait a minute. Put your hat on. Show a little respect.
If we pull this off, we'll be bloody wonders.
We will, don't worry.
They're all watching for us.
So are millions of viewers, remember? Blimey, that was a near one.
Poor Arthur's really in trouble.
Yeah, ain't he? We'll have to go back and help him.
Hey, we'll never get the advert on.
Well, if we don't get back in time, he'll have to think of something. He better think of something. It's worth $1 million. Go on, turn around, go back.
Sure.
Sid takes second billing in this 1959 comedy about a troupe of Ensa entertainers trying to cheer up troops in the North African desert during World War II. There's a backstory about them foiling a Nazi plot, but to be honest, it's quite a messy film. The little action there is takes place in the last 20 minutes. There's a good cast though, but Sid is the real star in this movie. For those of you who enjoyed my earlier video about Sid James the song and dance man, link above, we'll be pleased to note that Sid also sings in this one as well.
Come on, Gay, hurry up, girl, keep up. Look more to go now. Come on. Things could be worse. Remember Scanthorpe? Blimey, we've lost her. Here, Fred, you carry on. I'm going back for Gay. But a juicy pig's trotter is always my motto.
I don't want to ride banana or champagne along with my meal.
Just give me a pair of pig's trotters, boy, boy, and a plate full of jolly deals. Just a little lady, hair of snowy white. When the day grows shady, she turns up the light. There in the window patiently, she trims her wick and waits for me. That little white-haired lady, my own Mother Macree. Just a little thing I...
It's hard to believe that the next 3 movies we're going to look at were all released in 1961 and are just 3 of 8 movie entries for Sid that year. Released in March 1961, Double Bunk is a cracking little film. The main star is Ian Carmichael along with Jeanette Scott, who as a young engaged couple struggling for a house, decide to buy a dilapidated boat to live on instead. The fun only starts when Sid turns up complete with Liz Fraser as his girlfriend to captain the boat on a short voyage down the river, only to end up in France instead. The film deserves to be seen by a bigger audience, and Sid and Liz even sing the film's opening song as well, which is quite a catchy little number, a full version of which is in my video Sid James, Song and Dance Man.
How do you do?
Pleased to meet you, I'm sure.
Why don't you watch it? France? It can't be. It doesn't make sense.
You mean it doesn't make sense? It's as plain as the nose on your ugly face.
Now, wait a minute. Look, you were studying at course 105, right? Well, if we're here, how the hell can we...
Hey, look at this. W-O-D, vodka. You think they'd know how to spell it, wouldn't you?
Well, those be darned have a go at this here. There we go.
Oh,
Cheers.
cheers.
Released in September 1961, What A Carve Up is one of my top all-time films, let alone films which star Sid James. Sid plays Sid Butler, who shares a house with Ernest Broughton, played by Kenneth Connor. Following the death of his uncle, Connor is invited to a gloomy mansion for the will reading. One by one, the family members start to die, and it's up to our two heroes to solve the murders before they too succumb to the killer. This is 87 minutes of fun all the way through, with cracking performances from everyone involved, and it makes you wish that the pairing of Sid and Kenneth had been a more of a regular thing. It's also notable for a small cameo at the end from singer Adam Faith.
What's he sitting out there for?
Oh, dear, it's unbelievable. Why, he'll catch his death. His death. Is he?
Well, if he ain't, he's a very heavy sleeper.
Sorry, Sid. Got such a funny face.
Am I?
Yeah. You know, sort of one of the clown faces, you know. Very homely, but very humorous. Funny.
Ernie?
Yeah?
Do me a favour.
Ah, of course I will.
Shut up!
Go on, get out of the way. Hello, Sid. Pull out all the stops. Come on, Sid.
The reason I mentioned Adam Faith previously is that this release from October 1961 is actually a vehicle for Adam Faith himself. Of all the films in this video, this is undoubtedly the worst of them all. Look, sorry Adam Faith fans, but in this film he really can't act. You would have hoped for more from this film. The plot revolves around a failed writer of a book about the Loch Ness Monster, who then decides to go to Loch Ness to fake the monster's appearance and thereby getting a publishing deal. It's only when Sid appears 25 minutes in as the landlord of a nearby pub who's trying to sell poached salmon and mistakes Faith for his contact that the film starts to pick up. And although Sid isn't in it for masses of time, he does make the film come alive in all the bits he's in.
On the other hand, there are much easier ways of getting it than fishing.
What's going on here?
We're getting ready for the tourist trade.
Eh?
We're going to make a fortune, and all it costs is mud, weed, and water. Look at that. Good, isn't it?
But I think you might have phrased it better.
Oh, never mind about that. This is just the beginning.
What are you going to charge?
30 bob each, 10 back on the box.
Gentlemen, look, I've got it. A perfect picture of the Loch Ness Monster. Your troubles are over.
They've only just started, mate.
What? I don't understand.
Everybody in the district's had the same idea as you.
Look.
Although I mentioned this movie in my Almost a Carry On video, I'd be doing it a disservice not to mention 1965's The Big Job Again, because it's such an enjoyable film. The film begins in 1950 with a gang of crooks led by Sid as George the Great Brain and assisted by Dick Emery and Lance Percival rob a bank for £50,000. They escape and after a car chase hide the money in the trunk of an old tree in the countryside before being caught and imprisoned. 15 years later they go back to the tree to find it's now in a housing estate and the tree itself is actually inside the grounds of the local police station. The crooks must find a way of getting into the police station grounds and retrieving the money without getting caught. And this is a really enjoyable little film with a great performance from all, and it's certainly worth a watch.
A big bank robbery over there some 15 years ago. 50,000, never recovered. And the gang that did the job, they were released this morning.
But what's the matter with it? I can't see a thing.
Oh, you haven't put the tanner in.
What tanner?
Oh, it doesn't work unless you put the tanner in.
Here we go.
Double top, George.
Look at that. I told you it worked, didn't I?
Hey, I think I'm going to enjoy this, George.
Right, now, as soon as you get the money, give a couple of tugs on the other rope and we'll pull you back, right?
Right, here I go!
Yes, there may be other comedy movies out there that had Sid in, and I'm sorry if I forgot one of them. But every one of these here, yes, even What a Whopper, is worth a watch just to see Sid being Sid. With the demise of the DVD producer network, some of these DVDs are getting hard to obtain and not all of them are available on any streaming platform. Where I can do, I've dropped a link to the DVD in the description below. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I've got a few more Sid and Carry On based videos planned for the coming months. Until then, goodbye.